I'm Thomas Reinhart, Mount Vernon's Deputy Director for Architecture, and I'm standing in the doorway of the Smokehouse. Why don't you come in and we'll take a look. We're inside the Smokehouse now. The Smokehouse was constructed in 1775 and was part of a major reorganization of Mount Vernon that George Washington did along the north lane and the south lane. The Smokehouse here sits on the south lane off the corner of the kitchen, which is off the corner of the house which has the dining room. And that close proximity formed an axis of foodways for the meat to go from pre-preparation to food preparation and then right into the dining room. Now, the question of what a smokehouse is for is a good one. In our day, we have refrigeration, so our food is preserved through the use of cold. In the 18th century, when they didn't have refrigeration, a meat house was a key element in preserving meat so that it would last throughout the winter and through the rest of the year. In September, hogs would be slaughtered and then cut into hams and bacon. And in order to preserve them, they'd be packed in salt to dehydrate them, and then those salted meats would be hung from hooks up on the tie beams above our heads, arranged with airflow, and then in the floor in this fire pit, chipped wood would be caught on fire, and it would be the smoke would fill the smokehouse. The door would be sealed, and over a period of weeks, the smoke would cure the meat, creating that well-known smoky bacon and ham flavor that Virginia ham is noted for. Now, smokehouses, because they held a very valuable commodity, meat, they were very heavily built. Many times they're using larger construction members than even a house will. In this case, in order to keep out potential robbers, Washington has used an inner set of sheathing along with the outer sheathing boards which seal the smokehouse to weather. These inner sheathing boards were a deterrent from theft. The smokehouse also has a fairly high foundation to keep out vermin, and it also would prevent people from tunneling under the walls of the smokehouse, which we know from records that sometimes did happen on plantations. So the smokehouse was a key part of Washington being able to provide himself, his guests, and the greater plantation community with meat throughout the year.